Hey guys, it's Alex coming at you from Southern California. I just figured I'd do something a little different. It's a video I've been thinking about doing for some time, just kind of showing some of the equipment that I use to play music. I watched Kieran and Teddy's video today, and that was one of the things that Teddy had mentioned was sort of part of his musical journey, if you will, was setting up a system that was rewarding for him, and that was kind of worthy of the collection that he had put together over the years. I really haven't done a whole lot to my system, over the last 5 or 6 years, basically since I moved to California, with the exception, of course, of adding. I basically traded my old turntable for a pair of these Techniques classic turntables. This is they're actually not identical. This is I have a Mark 1200, 1200 Mark II, and then this one's a Mark III from like a year or two later. Very similar in color. Actually, the Mark III is a little bit worse condition than the other one. I got him locally from a guy who I couldn't tell if he was like a professional producer, if it was more of his hobby, but he gave me a pretty good deal on the pair, and I bought this mixer on Amazon very cheaply. It's less than $100. And then I've had this amp here for quite a while. So this is a tube amplifier. It's actually an integrated amp, but I pretty much, when I added the mixer, I pretty much just use it as a power amplifier. Rogue is a company out of Pennsylvania, a small company. They've been around for a few years, and they've gotten some notoriety for basically building very high quality tube amplifiers, all made in the US for pretty reasonable prices. If you're wondering what I'm playing here, I'm playing this really cool French record by Laurent Petit-Girard. Really cool, basically like a library music record. This guy Laurent Petit-Girard is, he went on to have a pretty long career as a conductor on the classical side of things, but this is sort of his solo debut. You see he covers a Frank Zappa track on the first song here, and then all the rest are his compositions. There he is there. He's playing the piano and the organ in this record, and it very much owes a lot to, I would say, David Axelrod. At times sounds very much in that vein, and of course in that library soundtrack, sort of a really funky French record. Really good stuff. Anyway, going back to some of the so those are the turntables, and then I'm using these. Obviously they're not DJ cartridges. These are a little bit more high quality, a little more definition. This is a Nagaoka MP150. I'm also running the same thing on both tables. Nagaoka, obviously Japanese cartridge, really good value for the money. I think the next one up is the MP300 also, which I used to have on my previous turntable. Definitely a very, very high quality cartridge. And another thing I like with these Techniques is how easy it is to change out the cartridges with the removable head shells there. But yeah, I mean, the main reason I added the second turntable was basically so I could play bedroom DJ, if you will, and and I really do enjoy that quite a bit. I love having a couple of different records going at the same time, and then just kind of switching back and forth between the two, and sort of creating my own little, set lists. And it might only be, 3 to 5 records that I play, for myself. But it's a really fun way to do it, and sort of, play, pull out different things and find common threads within your own collection, and sort of, like I said, create these little mini playlists. And a lot of times I'll just kind of randomly play things on a record if I think they're sort of there might be a track or two that might be nice to play after the other one and stuff like that. So speaker wise, I think I've shown these off before, but these are the KEF LS50s. KEF is a British electronics company, primarily doing speakers. These came out for their company's 50th anniversary, hence the name LS50. And I think they came out about 8 years ago or so. And basically, I think the idea was to create a great speaker for home use that would sort of recreate the sound and feel of like a monitor, like a true monitor, a studio monitor, if you will. I've never been inside of a professional mixing room or a studio or anything like that, but I always notice that the speakers that they have in the control room are, of this size and sort of look. And so, I think when they engineered these, this is kind of what they were going for. And so a fair amount of engineering went into these, and they really put together something for a pretty reasonable price that is, a really excellent sort of reference speaker. And especially for small rooms, which is what I've had always, living in a apartment in Chicago, and a small house here in California. Small room is kind of always been what I've been in, and these speakers really do a really nice job. I recently upgraded the speaker stands to something a little more sturdy. I had some kind of cheap wooden ones before, but these new ones they're steel, and they have some nice spikes on the bottom. So that was a nice addition. Another thing that I added recently is was actually this little it's not like an actual vintage lamp, but it's sort of similar to an old like industrial design. And I saw there was an artist on YouTube that had something like that in his setup, and I really liked it. Kind of really like the spotlight at night as well, as you can tell. Just kind of focused on the turntables, and don't really like to have a whole lot of lights in the room when I'm playing records at night. So that was a nice little recent addition that I added. I really enjoy that. What else? I guess just as far as the mixer, like I said, very inexpensive, and interestingly, obviously the phono preamps are built into the mixer here, and amazingly, for a very inexpensive mixer, the phono preamps sound really, really good in the system. So really haven't been too tempted to do anything there. Not even exactly sure that I could bypass the built-in phono stages very easily, but like I said, yeah, it's surprisingly really nice. It sounds really good. Guess I go, while I'm doing the room tour, I can show some of the art up on the wall, which I know some of you guys have asked about, but It's really cool. Alice Coltrane print I picked up a few months ago. Artist, can't remember her name. I know she was on Instagram, so I found her and I bought it through there. These are some nice limited prints that I got from my brother. He's a DC area artist. Really cool prints. This is a print that I got at Rap Cats, which is Egon's sort of record store. He had DJ Shadow in there a few years ago doing selling some of his records, and I got to meet Josh Davis there. He autographed the print for me. They were selling them there. Yeah, a classic shot of DJ Shadow there doing some serious digging. Really cool photograph. Of course, we have Diana's Don Cherry print that she did a few years ago in coffee. I really think this is one of her best pieces. I'm really lucky to have that in the collection. This is one of Derek's collages that he put on sale a few years ago. Another VC member piece of art that I'm really lucky to have in the collection. And then back here, just a photograph of Frank Lowe in the New York City subway that put up there recently. So yeah, and yeah, I recently added this this plant in here. I've been wanting to have some plants in here for a while, and you know, because of the quarantine and everything, I figured might as well make this space as livable and, you know, comforting as possible. So I've been, you know, just adding a few things here and there to make things more enjoyable. That's pretty much it. You know, these are all the records that I have currently. I've been really selling a lot of stuff, buying a lot of stuff, but you know, really keeping the collection, you know, always a living and breathing library here, and always finding new interesting things. I'll leave a link to that to a new channel I just found today, and gentleman from France, I'm pretty sure. Can't remember his channel name, but I'll leave a link to it. That kind of inspired me to pull out some of these French records. So that's pretty much all I have for now. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you have any questions or comments on any of the equipment or anything like that. And hope everybody's well. See you guys later.